Today we are checking out this UDIAG X-50 full system diagnostics tool. There are 3 really good reasons why you should buy this scanner and 1 reason why maybe you shouldn't. Let's check it out. Right away when you grab the scanner, it feels like great build quality and it feels nice in the hand. It also has these nice bumpers on each corner, so if you drop it or anything like that, it will be fine. And it comes in a very nice hard case, so you can store it when not in use. Inside the case, you find a few items, and the first one is the VCI. This is the Bluetooth adapter that plugs into the OBD2 port on the vehicle. And of course, it connects wirelessly to this device. As you can see, there are no cables. Luckily, the battery on this is really nice. It's like 7200 milliamp hours, so it should last a whole day without any problems. Looking around the scanner, you'll find that on the top we have quite a few ports. We have our charging port, which is 12 volts, very nice, will charge fast. We have a micro SD card slot. We have a USB-A, HDMI in case you want to connect it to a monitor and make this into kind of a diagnostics card. And we have Type-C as well, and of course the power button. And on the back we have this really nice handle, so you can, well, hold it with one hand if you like, or you can just hand it on the steering wheel like this, and that makes it a little bit easier to use. In the box we also have the power adapter as well as the USB cables and a manual, so it shows us some specs and a few other items, but that's basically it. But anyway, let's go back to this main screen, and these top 3 items is what we are really interested in. So we have diagnostics. Well, this is the main diagnostics software. We also have new energy, which is for EVs. Very cool to see, and we know that there's a lot of electric vehicles coming out. Well, you can go into this software and scan BMW, for example, specific for EVs, and the software is going to be specially made for electric vehicles. Very nice. And of course we have our maintenance items and we have updates. So I just updated all of the software on this unit, and actually it took quite a while because it is using a slightly outdated hardware, if you ask me, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, let's jump into the diagnostics, and the first thing we see is OBD2. This will be the standard OBD functionality. I'm not going to show that in this video because I think this is pretty common and you can do that with a $50 scanner. But if you click on Europe, you can see all of the vehicles that are supported for European vehicles, and I think it supports like 120 makes or something. So basically any vehicle that has OBD2 functionality, you can pretty much do something with this scanner on it. You have American vehicles, Asia right here, tons of stuff. And of course, China. Look at that. Anyway, let's go back to Europe and click on BMW because that's what we are in. Click on yes. We'll do automatic selection, and it should read our VIN automatically and figure out which vehicle we are in. And it sure did. I'm going to hit OK. There you go. Yep, I'm in a BMW X7 with a B58 engine. That's correct. And now it's going to read the vehicle data. And after some time, we are presented with a couple of options. We have diagnosis and we have service. So let's start with diagnosis to see what we can find in here. And we have auto scan and control units. So if you go to control units, we can select the control units manually, or if you go to auto scan, it will scan all available systems on this vehicle, as well as show us all of the available modules. So it seems a little strange that this scanner wants to have an internet connection in order to scan the vehicle. I'm not really sure if it's to figure out what modules it needs or whatever it is, but anyway, it is now scanning the vehicle. And this is actually my first reason to why you should buy this scanner. Well, it can scan the entire system. So it'll scan all of the modules on all of the systems within the vehicle, which is nice to see. With everything scanned, we can now create a report. So if we have that button, it's going to give us the faults for each of the items on the vehicle, and we can save it or email. So I'm just going to save it, and it's going to go into that file management folder that we saw earlier. And if we go back, we can now do a full system erase. So if you do a quick erase, it's going to go to all of the modules, erase the codes, and then rescan those items. But before we do that, let's just check one of those out and see what that looks like. So if I'm going to go to the body domain controller, click on that. There you go. We have ECU information, read codes, erase codes, live data, and active testing. So let's start with read codes. As soon as it loads, we see all of the codes, and we can actually see the freeze frame data for those codes as well. Very nice. And these are BMW specific codes. So we can save those. Once again, we can email them, or we can go back and we can erase them. So I'm just going to erase all of the codes on this module. And there you go, they have been erased. If we go back to read codes, we shouldn't see anything. Well, we have a couple left, so that means these are permanent codes. And it actually says right here that these are permanent codes. And now the next item we can do here is actually live data. And of course, this is super important to be able to do on the vehicle, so you can see all of the live data from the sensors and actuators and buttons and everything else. And of course, we can go to any category on here and view that live data. So if we scroll down and go to something like electric steering column adjustment, we can select these items. So we're just going to select all of them. And I'm gonna hit OK. And now that it's loaded all of the data, if I press a button, so it shows us that live data as we are doing stuff with the item on the car. Of course, you can select many different PIDs to view at the same time. So I have 12 selected right here. What's even better is that you can graph this data. So if I go to graph, you can select one item to graph here, or you can do group merge where you can select multiple items. So for example, air mass, hit OK, and now you're gonna have 2 items. Unfortunately, I don't see how you can do more than 2 items, but let me start the vehicle and see how live it is. Is it super responsive? Well, let's see. So I just started the vehicle. Okay, I'm gonna give it a little bit of gas. That's pretty responsive. So there's about half a second delay, but I think that's pretty good. And of course, you can record this data as well. So if you hit record, it's recording that stuff. We can then stop it. And if we exit all the way out of here to the main screen and go to data management and then go to review, we can see that recorded data right here. There it is. And it has the graph here as well. So we can play it and just play it back as it was when we were viewing it. And yes, back here we also have the diagnostics reports as well. So it's that report that we created earlier, and it has all of the information for all of the modules and all the codes and everything else. So you can of course create a pre-work report and then fix things, scan it again, and then show the difference to a client, for example. All right, let's go all the way back and we're going to do the quick erase. So it just erased the codes on the first module. It's going to move to the second one, then the third one, and it's going to go through all of the ones that have faults and then report back if there's anything left. And of course, those are going to be the permanent codes that are remaining. With all of the codes cleared, let's go back into the body domain controller. And now we're going to hit an active test. And here's all of the stuff you can do with this bidirectional functionality. So basically, you can enable, trigger, light up, all of the items on the vehicle. So as an example, let's go back to the electric steering column adjustment. And what we can do here is, let's say, move it up. So we're going to do inclination up, active. And there you go. It moved up. We can move it down. So you can do stuff like this on pretty much every single module. So on the engine module, for example, you can trigger electric fans, you can turn on the turbocharger coolant pump, you can trigger injector. So tons of different things that are very, very helpful in troubleshooting. We can even do the power window function from here. So yes, the windows are going to open if we actually trigger it. So I'm going to do, I don't want to do all windows, but I'll do driver side function. And look at that. It opened the window for us. Can I close it? Close it on the part of the driver's side. Yes, let's do that. Carry it out. And now the window is closing. So like I said, super helpful for troubleshooting. So yeah, this was the first reason why I like the scanner. It has this bidirectional functionality. But what else does it have? Well, let's go to service and see what we can find in here, because this should be pretty interesting. And why? Well, we have programming, we have teleservice functions, we have electric drive, powertrain, body. And what does that stuff mean? Well, this is basically OE level diagnostics. And this is my second reason for getting this scanner. So what are some of the functions in here? Well, we can reset the starter lock. Let's go into the petrol engine. We can do engine cooling or reset adaptations. Very helpful actually when you purchase a vehicle and you want to make it feel like new. Well, you can do that from here. A few other items in there. We can go to body. So we have your trailer lighting. What's in the trailer? Interesting actually. Initialize trailer tow hitch. Hey, you can do that from this unit. Head unit. Update online services. Cancel block for start enable. I'm not really sure what that means, but there it is. Voltage supply. So determine the battery condition. 48 volt vehicle electric system. Register battery replacement. So tons of little functions that are normally OE level. And yes, This doesn't have the full OE level functionality like you would get with BMW software, and some of the more expensive scanners, more advanced scanners will have more functions in here, but this is a pretty good start. So what is my third reason for getting the scanner? Well, let's go all the way back to the main screen and we're going to go to maintenance. So this is basically 40 plus maintenance items that are available for different vehicles. And yes, these are going to be vehicle specific. Not all of the items will be available for every single vehicle. For example, AdBlue, that's for diesel vehicles. This will do nothing on this gas car. But looking at some of the maintenance items here, we have a C-Learn, ABS bleeding. Hey, you're doing ABS, that's super helpful. Air fuel ratio adjustment, we have automatic transmission adaptation, airbag stuff, battery registration. You can change the language of the vehicle, change the tire size, clutch adaptation, cool and cruise, DPF. I mean, look at all this stuff. EPB, so electric parking brake. If you're doing brakes on the car, you need this function. Injector coating, all BMWs need that basically. Otherwise, your car's not going to run right when you replace injectors. And there's tons of other stuff like stop, start. Functionality, so you can turn that off. It doesn't turn on automatically when you start the vehicle, and a few other items in here. So those were the three reasons why I think you should buy this scanner. But are there any negatives? Well, let me show you the first one. And I mentioned it earlier that this functionality requires internet connection. I don't understand why. We downloaded 2 gigs of software onto this scanner. I don't think you should need to have any kind of internet connection for this to work. This scanner does use older hardware. Yes, it's very functional as you can see, but it's using a 10-year-old CPU and it only has 1 gig of RAM. So when I was updating the software, it took over an hour, where on more high-end modern scanners, I can do that in about 15 minutes. And it wasn't limited by the internet connection, it was limited by the system, because it would download it and then it would take forever to install. So yeah, that's a little bit outdated, as well as the Android 7.1 system that this runs on. However, the 7-inch IPS touchscreen is really nice, and the battery should last a really long time as it's bigger than most competitors at 7200 milliamp hours. Luckily, it does get the latest update, so you are working with the latest software. It's a great mid-range scanner, but probably will not replace a full modern shop level diagnostics tool. Best for home mechanics, enthusiasts, small shops, and whoever isn't really in a big hurry. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to support the channel, check out the links in the description. Like the video if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!